chain stand up. They just didn't get to play those Chronospheres especially.
10 seconds. It's Dire's ban now.
But it did show that in terms of mechanics, in terms of, you know, outmaneuvering, TNC did know what they were doing. It's just that, well, if you outmaneuver your opponent, like the fight on the road.
It's Radiant's ban now.
TNC Predator, they had perfectly surrounded their opponents. Then they saw, oh damn, Team Black's committing more people to it. Let's just be careful, you know, let's just get out of this area. And they were retreating, but on the retreat got caught by the Chronosphere.
10
and
seconds.
I'm pretty sure if that Void would have been a Jugger or something that
5
doesn't have chain
seconds
stun,
left.
the fight would have turned out real differently, because ENC were set up for a 4v3 there, and then came Void. Sure, it went the other way around. This time around, though,
Dire's turn to
Team
ban.
Black, they're gonna pick a Rubik Mars. That's pretty huge. I wonder if those two are gonna synergize up or not.
Radiant's turn to ban.
And well, I mean, Rubik Mars, I wonder. They could also just pick a Phoenix, get that Phoenix Mars combo
10
going for the
seconds.
offlane, which isn't even all about the arena. Oh no, Phoenix is banned actually.
5 seconds left.
But that's right, also pretty good ban here. I would have loved to see some kind of a hero like the Bat Ride lane with the Mars. However, Shadow Demon is still in the draft, and that hero did so much work last time. If you lane Shadow Demon Mars, the kill insane. You're guaranteed to dominate any lane, even something like an anti-mage, which last game didn't have too shabby of a lane against the Shadow Demon, and really started to get punished when Black started rotating more people down there. Made sure that Gabby couldn't just farm once he was able to survive the spell damage
Radiant pick.
nukes. So okay, Puck and out. That's fair. TNC, they're actually just afraid of crowd control. Look at this. All 5 of these heroes
Dire's
just
turn
pretty
to
much
pick.
hard enablers. Because Team Black, they know you can't be outplayed if your opponent doesn't get to play the game in the first place.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant pick.
Disruptor.
And it looks like TNC, they're gonna go with Queen of Pain here. Void, it's a hero they have a pretty successful history with. They definitely know how to pull that off. They definitely know how to make the most of that hero, but
10 seconds.
having a disruptor here for
5
Team Black
seconds left.
just counters both the Void Spirit and Queen of Pain. I said that, you know, TNC, they respect those disablers. They know their biggest weakness is getting chain stand up. It's getting pretty much locked down without being able
Dire's
to
turn
act
to
at
pick.
all. Well, Mars, Rubik, Disruptor, all of these heroes at the beginning of a team fight can just disable you, can just take one of your heroes out. Make sure there isn't even a chance to go for an even head-to-head.
Seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire's turn to ban.
TNC, I do like the Chain Protector. The tower heal not gonna be all that important if they already have a core Queen of Pain here. But you know, the ability to root people up, to set up those huge Queen of Pain ultimates, to set up Void Spirit, to deal a ton of damage with his AoE as
10
well.
seconds.
That just seems pretty freaking huge.
5 seconds left.
But Team Black, they're gonna pick up the Invoker, one of my favorite heroes to just cast Swift Watch. And in the current meta, I feel like,
Radiant's banned
despite him
now.
being like one of the most common picks again, he's still
Dire's banned
underrated. I feel like there's very few people who have so far succeeded in using Invoker to his potential, because that hero simply has limited potential. With something like a Tidehunter, if you go Exort and rush Cataclysm as quickly as you can get there, Ravage into Cataclysm
10
will just set you up
seconds.
for a team wipe, and I really like the Exort Evoker for when you have the setups for it.
5 seconds
And
left.
Quaswag Evoker, that's what pretty much everyone is playing anyhow. It offers a ton of crowd control, which is what Dota in the recent couple of patches has been all about anyhow. So Team Black, you know, whether they need damage from their mid lane or crowd control, they get to choose, and in the late game have a combo of both actually.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Vector going to get banned out, and
Dire pick. Radiant's
looks like
turn to pick.
Anti-Mage is gonna be the last ban. The Spectre I wouldn't have feared that much. The Anti-Mage that TNC banned out, much more scary, especially to a Queen of Pain and a Void Spirit. Like I said before, are really weak to being knocked down, are really weak to, you know, not being able to benefit of their mobility. And Anti-Mage with the Skull Basher is gonna leave them without mana after he
5
gets the
seconds
lucky
left.
Basher to... Chat already asking me who's gonna win this second map. Let's at least wait for the last pick, guys. Also, like, I really can't stand people who always go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bet first 10 kills before the draft is even finished, and then get all like tilted and shit. And those in chat who I'm referring to know what I'm talking about by now. But TNC Predator, they do have to pick some hard carry to tie the draft together. They do need something capable of out-carrying the Phantom Lantern, and very few comes to mind, to be honest. Something like Duza or so
Choose your
would...
hero.
What?
Wait, you only get
What
one?
the hell? Did somebody lace me with LSD or something? Because I think I'm hallucinating. Is that position 1 Elder Titan? I think that may be position 1 Elder Titan. I mean, it works against Phantom Lancer, but I don't know. It's Gabby on the position 1 Elder Titan. I'm not sure if TNT are just trying a new strategy here, or if there's something I'm missing, but this seems like a not good
10
enough
seconds.
pick unless... Well, TNC, they got about
5
15
seconds
minutes
left.
to get a 5k gold lead. If they fail to do that, I feel like they're gonna fall behind more and more. And honestly, this is such a high-risk draft. I feel like Team Black are just favored in terms of draft. Then again, we saw the very first series of the day, the one that Team Black lost so hard that they don't always know how to play for Protect 1 Dota. They struggled a lot more keeping that Terror Bait safe than they did in those last 2 games, where they were just fighting all the time. So I wonder if Team Black can actually protect their Phantom Lancer. But I don't know. They still seem to have the better draft in any regard, if you ask me. Simply because they have the lockdown for the Queen of Pain, for the Void Spirit, and Phantom Lancer coming online. I don't think Gabby can stop that till very late in the game. Yeah, he's gonna have a first 15 to 25 minutes. If Gabby just starts off by getting a huge lead, he could very well go on to finish this game at the 30-minute mark. But if he doesn't make it... Oh, man.
Now shall the battle turn.
I love it when you resist.
It's team. And the team seem to have the same issue. It's, I mean, we're on the most loaded server in the entirety of Dota. I can't really blame Valve for this, but this is just become daily routine, and I really hope there's gonna be a huge patch to fix it or something. Oh man, I wonder how Gabby is gonna make you. TNC, they're trying to do what Black did in the second game today, in the Necrophos 5-man snowball game. And if TNC get to 5-man up and get to snowball, then Phantom Lancer may not have the time he needs to come online. But it seems like Black first of all know how to deal with that because they play the strategy themselves. Well, a similar strategy in terms of momentum and stuff like that, you get what I mean. And secondly, it's just some of their best heroes and a ton of lockdown. You can't be outplayed if the opponent doesn't get to play. Mechanical skill, I feel like, despite being still a strong suit of TNC, may not matter if they pull ahead early on enough. Oh boy. So, I have said what I have to say about this draft. I'm sorry that I can't entertain you guys much more, but I'm just sitting here sipping my coffee while, yeah, riding the hype. And once these two teams get to clash, once this actually gets really exciting, oh boy, we're gonna have ourselves one hell of a game. But until then, you know, we can just look at a couple of these loadouts. And a lot of people, like, point out that Black have zero cosmetics and stuff. I'm pretty freaking sure that these are just their like server accounts or whatever. Since, you know, I have literally casted Playhard for more games than he has games worth of like experience on this account. And this is the real, these are the real Playhards and like RPK fan. I didn't know that all 5 of these guys were actually playing together for such a long time. Moon mentioned that, and that I find highly interesting. I do know that like RPK fan and Playhard used to be pretty relevant in the tier 1 scene, and that I think Play stood in quite a bit and did really well as a duo. TNC though, they got some awesome loadouts for us to look at. And of course, this sexy Queen of Pain skin. How are all parts freaking Arcana though? That's so weird. That is just like so weird. Like, I guess it's the red skin as the body part, then the dress over it. But you should be able to wear the red Queen of Pain Arcana skin with like, I don't know, some of the other like shoulders and stuff. Because I haven't really seen anyone make cool combination loadouts with it. I haven't even seen anyone use anything other than the like custom weapon for this thing, to be honest. But the green looks pretty dope, I'd say. Like little creepy pumpkin, whatever those weird ass things are. So, chat, how you're doing while we're waiting? What's going on with you guys? We got ourselves such an... This is like the worst part about all these pauses is that this Dota is so hyped that I just can't deal with it, you know? If this was your run-of-the-mill meta picks, we just do what everyone does, sure, I can deal, I can cope with that. but these are always the most interesting matchups with like really weird anti-meta picks or anti-meta lanes against each other. And it looks like there's the reconnect into the go. Thank God, because I hate nothing more than running out of
Heads
stuff
up,
to talk
we're
about.
back.
I love it when you resist.
See you later, nerds.
So, GNC immediately going up to the top lane. If they would have caught RPK fan there, it would have been huge. Treant still just wants to waste as much regen as possible from the
30
Phantom Lancer,
seconds
but
to
I don't think he even has to tango.
Watch
Yeah,
the door before
no,
the battle
he's gonna be
starts.
just
So
fine
get
this early
cracking.
on. So RPK fan, he better watch out. If he does get caught, there's a lot of damage and even tower dive potential at level 1 for creeps have spawned. Treant Protector's damage in the early game. On level 1 especially, it's insanely much. Of course he doesn't scale well as a right clicker. Well, he can scale well. I have seen the like Treant Protector
When
Skull
the
Basher
horn
build before.
blows, the blood
Just take the level
flows.
10, it's nowadays 60 damage, I think it was more back in the day. But you just take the like damage talent and Nature's Grasp damage and... Well, you don't necessarily have to take that damage, but just walk at somebody from the trees, build Skull Basher and have fun. Of course, this is never ever going to be a right clicker, especially not because he's played by Tim, but look at what he's doing to RPK fan. You can't tell me that this can't possibly be a freaking, you know, balanced matchup, especially for a melee hero. And TNC, they know they do have to keep committing for this Phantom Lancer, just keep bullying the PL. The tri-lane does not result in the tri-lane star does not result in a first blood here. If anything, it caused Gabby to miss a little bit of harm, which he can compensate. One thing about the Alt Titan is that he has a lot of tools built into his spell to just farm up, to just really, you know, get a lead going. And altogether, looking at the lads, TNC are winning 3 lanes right now. Making the most of it, but the thing with Queen of Pain against Invoker is the longer this lane goes, Queen of Pain is usually a hero that pulls ahead with experience and then falls off when people get items to become relevant. But, you know, with the Invoker it's actually the other way around, because he benefits more from experience and items than the Queen of Pain the longer the game goes on. Plus he gets stats for every freaking thing he kills. So Armel, he has to pull ahead right now. He has to then like snowball that with a couple of good ganks, or killing Invoker that would be even better, but a lot harder to pull up. Gabby got ran at there with a Grimstroke to keep him safe. This Elder Titan is definitely not gonna die anytime soon, and he is doing well in regards to farm. You can't even last just by having your Ezra's Bird walk over tree if you time it right. It's insane how well Elder Titan can get money if he really wants to. And I get why Gabby wants to play this as a position 1. It makes a lot of sense to me. I just don't think it's good against Phantom Lancer. It was like, I don't know. Void. Even if the face is Void, I would really like to see it, because Elder Titan is surprisingly tanky. He deals his damage too fast to prevent Void from like, time walking and deny Chronospheres. Here though, if this Phantom Lancer is to come online, and so far he isn't, TNC Predator making sure that RPK fan doesn't really get any breathing room. When he does come online, this Elder Titan is gonna have a hard time keeping up with Phantom Lancer and carry potential, and more importantly dealing with his mana being burned. But hey, Invoker, you're getting anti-assets against Armel. He knows that this is time to shine, and you know, should also know how to, once he's no longer able to just outlane Invoker, once he has to beware the Invoker's dangerous spell interact. I mean, Invoker, all he really needs is freaking Urn of Shadows, charge for it, then it can already be devastating. Meanwhile, Disruptor gets a very nice cape going there, but still gonna get dived on in time. Just gotta walk into the battlefield. Phantom Lancer trying to go for the touchdown, and will get nicely played from RPK there. Actually not a good trade for TNC, because TNC's job is just shut the Phantom Lancer, get everybody else online. As for Gabby, well, he is gonna opt for the Hand of Midas. It's quintessential. Also, apparently I put the score wrong. Thank you for letting me know. Boop. Boop. There we go. But thankfully we got the Dota overlay showing as well, and Edmondson what they're doing. Game there isn't really not happening anyhow. At least not until Elder Titan come online, who are gonna come a lot earlier than the Phantom Lancer. Attempted gank on Armel there, but Queen of Pain pretty much always got a fight when being down by support during the early stage, and dropped, gets killed off by Tims as well.
Not for long.
Not enough attempt to go for the Queen of Pain, who just holds down the Invoker, but now gets turned on herself, and Armel is gonna go down all the while. This just reeling up with Quas. He is gonna be completely fine.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Quick sniping Gabby's courier. Gabby, I don't think he minds too much. What he minds is having good Midas timing, if that were to be the case. And there you guys go on the network, which actually is surprisingly polarizing with play hard I mean, Mars is just there to shut down. He carries, it's kind of what he does. That's like the entire reason that hero gets picked so often. But like he's actually doing a surprisingly great job of that too. The only one truly having the lane that on is KPI on that Void Spirit. I think he's not gonna commit for the full carry build. He has to a good amount of like, I don't know, pretty much everything. He needs damage, he needs utility, and you kinda gotta make up your mind. Do you go for a right Void Spirit that just, you know, jumps people and tries to insta kill off? That Queen of Pain, then pick up a sheet or something to help you out. Also, speaking of the Queen of Pain, this is what I meant with the spell harass. Invoker, yeah, he doesn't quite infinite mana, but he can trade very little mana for half of Queen of Pain's health pool over and over again. Here, possible to shut down. Black, they're gonna try to shut down Gabby. Gabby is gonna survive just barely. Nice CP March there though. And that's the one against the Void Spirit. I think from level 6 onward, that's actually pretty fine for the Phantom Lance. You can deal with this really well with the Juxtapose Phantom Rush. Just the free attributes you already get. Okay, we do have a pause, but just the free attributes we already get from that, like Phantom Rush and stuff like that, will allow him to pretty much one every melee hero. I don't know, KPI, he did buy a bottle. That's really good for this situation. When you know your support's gonna roam, it's gonna do more important stuff than help you out. Just buy a bottle, just, you know, then abandon the lane to go for a read and all.
That is what you
Even
sound
just
like.
recharging the bottle once, yeah, you end up missing 2 or 3 less. That's a lot of XP. A lot of people will blame that, like say it's horrible, but it isn't the best of moves. Should well, it isn't the best of moves. It should still just allow you to, you know, stay in the lane against RPK fan who really doesn't mind being left alone from the stage onward. He did buy a Ring of Tarask, just got some extra regen, and I don't know, he's pretty good for punching people in the face. Everyone is reconnected though, so we should have the unpause coming out soon. Yeah, there's the go being called. Also, Armel, he is gonna go for the Dark Tippet Orchid Rush on the Queen of Pain.
Are you lost?
Dire's top tower might be going down! Dire is scanning for enemies.
Yeah, we're gonna leave some of the mid lane. And
Radiant's
oh
middle
boy,
tower is under attack.
Queen of Pain just straight up out of the bot lane. He's gonna be tremendous for the construct, but there's the defense from KPI. Looking at the Mars Arena then cast there. Mars Arena not doing all too much, but KPI could still be a lot after all that first dive.
That's
Easy for the side of Black, and yeah, they're gonna put him to a tree, get away the Rubik Glyph.
You've been disrupted.
He's truly been disrupted, yeah, and couldn't really do anything. So this is core for core. Phantom Lancer is the kind of hero working in auto battle, but it's really just a matter of whether they can keep shutting down Phantom Lancer. Can they gank him once or twice more? So that was exactly the kill they needed when they needed a pin ultimate. On the bottom lane now, yeah, another dive on the group.
my labors live on.
Down he goes. Nicely done by Mars.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
He's left catching a root, teleporting away, getting
Radiant's bottom
glimpse
tower is under
back
attack.
though. Okay, they can catch him. I don't think both can catch up either. Yeah.
Dyer's top tower is under
That was
attack.
awfully close though.
Radiant's bottom tower
Gabby
is under
can
attack.
afford to die even less than RPK and this Phantom Lancer because, well, Phantom Lancer comes online always eventually and he gets a ton of free attributes, you know. He's already hitting
Dyer's top
hard.
tower is under
He's
attack.
already a nuisance.
Dyer's putting a hurt on Radiant's middle.
Be scary, but
Dyer's top tower is about to be Radiant's top rubble.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a huge
Dyer's is
I really
falling.
like the heroes he plays. I really like a lot of signature play style. But I just don't think this is the game to pull off the Elder type position well. He would do this against any like 1v1 hero. Do this against Legion. Do this against heroes. Titan 1 is gonna be amazing, but this RK fan just wants the people while his team is stunning them for one. It is something
Radiant
similar.
are scanning.
I don't think
How
the
does that
Phantom
even
Lance is
work?
gonna be alone a lot unless there's split pushing to be done. And that's only makes the Elder Titans seem like are not a good pick, to be honest.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
Black, they're continuing to try to just this bottom lane. If they can go for another kill into the tower push, it would be huge. KPI has realized there's nothing he can do other than sit under the tower and hope for the best.
Double damage. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And that's why he puts it under the tower and hopes for the best. The second look away, they decide to still go for the dive and 2 times come in from inside of PNC will result in a double burn
Radiant's
kill,
bottom
but
tower has
he will
fallen.
die.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And all the while, mind you, this is just for Project 1 that they are playing. They
Radiant's middle tower is
fight.
not
They just
feeling
want to
the love.
trade. They just want to even by constantly. They really wouldn't mind 2 for 2, 3 there. Money because Phantom Lancers just farmed them. Black playing this unhindered, just constantly diving on their opponent's hype, pushing the hyper aggression teams to TNC Predator. Quite a bit of trouble here. And looks like initiation on the Invoker. Just all one though, just trying to poke him down a little bit. Neither team really wants to commit fully. Well, I Black could have committed, but why? What's the need to? What's forcing them to? Their Phantom Lancer is free farming. Gabby meanwhile. This is going to be like a 15
Radiant's bottom tower needs a
and
hand.
that's just pretty freaking horrible. On the bottom lane, and they
Killing
turn kill on the
spree.
Mars. They are, but it's exactly the kind of kill DNC Raptor need the Spaniards to get. Well, Elder Titan needs the space to first of all farm his Midas, and second of all then actually, you know, be able to use his Midas to snowball effectively. He doesn't have the natural wonder, which is pretty much why he's being treated as very still, and I think Elder Titan is one of the best, if not the single best character. Against this 1v1 heroes that just, you know, it hits other melee enemies. Down goes the Rubik there. The White Spirit, I don't think this is to catch him. He's got his best to Evoker, but yeah, it's just what White Spirit does. Super freaking escapable. But even then, Black don't care. This lost space just
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
PL is farming. See Predators realize that themselves.
Radiant's
They
middle
know they
tower
need to
is
run.
not feeling the love.
They shows in a lane, they are definitely going to try to. Well, Elder Titan needs the space to first of all farm his Midas, I think that you're already. I think I'm Queen of Pain. I think it's already denied by a Grimstroke. There's me. It's gonna pay with his love. I think teammate. Oh, that now it looks like Black can position themselves for more. Can find over this objective as the tier 1 tower. Arena now. Hitting 3 attackers with the arena and
Radiant's
downing
middle
those.
tower is under attack.
Just doing all the speed pushing and saving up for that early Aghanim swap. It's gonna freaking 3BK early on. I'm not sure if that's actually better or worse than buying it
Dire's top
here,
tower is under
but
attack.
I'm not sure if that's going
Radiant's
to be
middle
enough for
tower
it
is
to
under
turn
Radiant's
this
middle
around.
tower has fallen.
If he can pull it up, oh, now he can come on 3. See this? We want to play a hard side. Now he's gonna go for okay.
Double
Hitting
Radiant's
up one,
bottom
hitting
tower is under attack.
the R-ring 2 plus like that was 3 down. He's hit 400
Dire's
something.
top tower is under attack.
He won't go 400. He just got a free line right here.
Radiant's
Hit
bottom
people
tower
in the
needs
face.
a
That's
hand.
really showing that he is the different one. He can damage deep and he knows that he's a damage dealer as well. At the Lance, however, it's the Manta style. He is opting for the Manta style before the Diffu Blade. So I think it's definitely a Diffu Blade. You always go Diffu Blade because he was like, it's a very well. Because they're so L-attack, especially when Aghanim Center, he is just constantly sent out as spirit and Mike. On the top now, Queen of Pain gets caught. Thought she was gonna bring out this up to drop the soul. Said no, and down he goes. To get it there actually as I look at the Invoker. I was just curious if it's gonna build an Invoker evils. I mean that will help API getting some Rubik just does Ice Spirit spells are delicious. Walking away! Finally it's strength that will connect. They still just, you
Dire's
know,
bottom tower is getting pushed
hit him
around.
up out. I want to see some Sunstrike kill. That's Phantom Lantern competing as Manta Star. One of the core item he's that's it. So Phantom Lantern like 3,000 gold gonna be able to fight.
Radiant's top
being
tower is
here
above the
and
top.
needs to get
Dire's
God's
middle
work cut out
tower is in
for him.
trouble. Which one, Dire again?
That's
Radiant's top
be
tower is
going
under attack.
relatively early on.
Dire's middle tower looks
And
to be
everyone
disintegrating.
just saw what he did in the mid lane. In that regard, he's completely fine. I just hope he won't be kited and plan to grab for kite around in Invoker 2. Even if, you're immune Invoker to you, the second out of the magic immunity, you will be having the exact bells ready. As for KPI, wonder if he is then gonna go for utility or damage. Those two are honestly quite essential, especially the Euls. There is so much crowd control on the side of Black. Arena once again. I'll disrupt to get caught before he can or whatever. I think he would have really
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
he kind of sees C4's
Dire's
to
middle tower is
reach
under
in there
attack.
before dying. So TNC focusing on that support with all of them. Actually a very smart move. Was anyone else caught there? He blessed it. Would have come incredibly hard. The Diffu Blade now almost picked up by RPK fan. He's farming well and he gets that same damage When he gets
Radiant's
mana
middle
burn
tower
going,
is under attack.
Queen of Pain and Voidbird are just in for a bad time.
Dire's top tower is about to be
I'm
Radiant's
curious.
top rubble.
Yeah, gotta build after. I get most important. Like, yeah, you have your damage built in for the while, and anything around the line of Radiance, Gold, and what else? Chivas. There's a ton of great items on the Altite core actually. But usually when I boy, he almost getting caught. Thankfully, he's specifically at before. Doesn't have to worry about just getting picked like that. What he does have to worry about is about not being able to deal the damage. Because he kited because everything really. So I wonder how he's gonna address that issue. Back in the day, I saw a lot of people go Blink Dagger into the other core items. So Abby may also, after he gets 3 BK going, just pick up something along the lines of a Blink. Maybe, well, no, it's probably a bit too late for an Echo Saber. You usually go Echo Saber into Aghanim's otherwise. Huh. I don't think you can have the Elder Titan rely on the CC of the rest of the team, though. Yeah, Void Spirit, he can come and catch somebody out for you, but API a little bit too squishy. Even with Aghanim Scepter still gonna be an kill because of how fat Phantom Lancer is. Even Invoker also getting his Aghanims after the Euls, and once he gets the Aghanims, Invoker is just such a freaking powerhouse. All of his spells get a free upgrade, the biggest upgrade. So it's like he levels up 3 levels instantaneously. Nobody feels like playing completely in Playground, but these players they practice a lot of Dota, so they have probably each and every one of them made this game into Oblivion and now just bored of it. Is there anything for me to talk about here? Well, there is a Veiled Discard on the Tree Protector. That's a cute item to keep the Queen of Pain relevant for longer. To, you know, allow the Void Spirit to nuke people down a little bit fast as well. Really nice. Definitely gonna come in handy. Mars saving up for an Eul Scepter. Not sure what to make of that. Euls, it's a great item, but Mars and Invoker, what are you gonna do with the Euls? Do you like just take the Elder Titan when he's not magic immune and knock him up in the air for freaking ages? Because once he gets the Aghanim Scepter, that is gonna backfire. You're just gonna reset it to cool on us. Same for the Void Spirit, he wants to be Euls as much as possible. You know, down here. Void Spirit, able to get away. It's going to get back, but we'll just do
Radiant's
that.
bottom tower needs a hand. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Team Blade
Dire escape.
is gonna push the aggression right now.
no
That is
sneaky
Phantom Lancer, Disco Blade. So with that, I did send it
Dire's
over
top
and
tower's
over
under
again.
attack.
Once that Phantom Lancer actually just starts hard, there's no going back. No get countering it until Gabby is irrelevant. Aghanim has to go. He's gonna go for the full bash, knowing full well it to be online as he can, but Gabby got glimpsed back there. I mean, so he has a free BKB every once so he literally has infinite free BKB, but doesn't matter when March goes down, then we're gonna get around it. Here's all the Grimstroke and Gabby. He wants to show what his hero can do with the full a ton of damage. Setting up 3 kills, everyone except for the Phantom that's actually being dead. The only one that Elder Titan can't just kill that easily is the Phantom Lancer. That's the team he needed. Exactly when they needed a TNT Predator. You were almost of this game. Back as a second too soon becomes a random hero. Oh man. I do hope he's not discouraged from running this again. Nope. Gabby cast, please do play that more. I'm really excited that somebody reckons the potential of picking up the fight position one. I just feel that out for it, you know. With the infinite distance. And Atlantic can just dodge everything you throw at him. Has technically, if you both well, it's Skull Basher on the outside. And he will always do that where we were. No matter far had the outside. Then he made bad flags. 1-3 damage. But even then it's huge damage saver. And this road it is gone real too quickly, but perhaps too quickly for TNT Pred to try to they are gonna all come in. Rush 2k health. 1.5k health as per out. Gabby the stomp and see this guy is talking about Redland. The cat in the world about that about the other Titan. Other Titan now gets to stuff. Otherwise he would have already over Lightning. If not no free BKB all Cave is going to run one after another where he disappears Gabby and maybe how Steph just took the face on the real got spotted. And he can stun on full time. Now the tree is going to be the next target. API. Ooh, the open toe. Killing off the Invoker.
Killing spree! Double kill!
Killing up as well. Everyone actually dead once again except the Rubik. Already back in there, already looking for. Yeah, like I said, it's really RPK versus Gabby at this point because, well, not just versus Gabby, but those two are gonna be the last ones standing in every single fight. And oh man, I love to watch this hero once he gets online. So, the gold lead keeps on growing, the gold distribution keeps on going in favor of the Phantom Lancer. The real question is, can TNT Predator catch the Phantom Lancer off guard and kill him off? Instead, the Grimstroke will be caught off guard there. TNT Predator, all they need to do is spell the freaking Phantom Lancer, and that seems near impossible. All the while, Gabby keeps abusing his free BKB. Rubik is going to get taken down by the chain there. But Armel, he still got 8 seconds left. Once he got 5 seconds left. Once Phantom Lancer has a Skull Basher. Oh, he does have a Skull Basher. Man! RPK fan, he has not been lucky, but he does now have a Skull Basher, so Queen of Pain is now, even with the BKB, if he tries to escape, gambling whether or not PL will get better or not. This PL also just going to get insanely tanky over the next couple of seconds, and with that Skull Basher, he's always going to be able to max fight Gabby. I would have loved to see Gabby go for a Radiance here too. I mean, yeah, he doesn't really need the damage, but like, I don't think Skull Basher will do enough for him. There's just no way of always knowing which one is the real PL. Doppelganger is really freaking abusable right now. Also, PL got that delicious mind break going. I'm fairly certain the like bonus magic damage also works on Elu, so this is literally like a second Diffu blade, unless they patched it. For the longest while, it's just second Diffu blade for the Phantom Lancer. And yeah, they're gonna fight, so we're gonna see how much damage that PL is gonna put up. I mean, he will be the one to get caught. Instant crash, instant pin to the wall before he can even beat. Look at that damage. This is just GG. I hate to say it so much, but unless Black really made 5 mistakes in a row, there is no way for TNT Predator to come back. And with any other carry, I feel like TNT just deserves the victory, honestly. They did really well considering how bad the early game was. They got their Elder Titan online, they got that to that stage where Elder one-shot everyone, except for Phantom Lance, because Phantom Lance just counters the position 1 Elder Titan.
Radiant's middle tower is not feeling the love. Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's gonna be the first thing of Medirex.
Radiant's middle barracks taken.
It's still tier 2 standing on both lanes and the top lane, even at tier 1, but
Dire's top tower is under
I
attack.
don't think this game is all about pushing.
Radiant's middle barracks
This game is just about Phantom Lantern, you know, not being stoppable, literally. I mean, how do you kill this hero? If you're not playing Alton, he walks away. Elder Titan, he walks it off. He Yules into a stun, he will probably still freaking walk it off because he's so darn tanky. He's now going for even more tankiness in the form of a butterfly, which he is gonna have really darn soon. This is really a difficult one for TNT. Last one was already pretty unexpected, but there, TNT, had they just opted for the late game, had they just played the super safe, super passive play style, they had a very solid chance taking it in the ultra late game. Here I'm not quite sure. Armel though going for Shivas, which will make the Phantom Lancer and his Elu army a ton easier to manage. Will reduce the damage per second by those things by a ton. But whether it's gonna be enough or not, I really don't know. Just because the PL himself is too tanky to be brought down. And of course PL isn't even the only core either. Invoker, he says through that Aghanim Scepter, he has enough experience to just not give a hoot about that. Wants to go for a Shivas before. More catch, and he can always build the Aghanims later. His spells will become huge sooner or later anyhow. You know, having a Shiva so you can land more of them is huge, but just everything for Black means that they're gonna win this game, and TNC Predator, I gotta say, in terms of individual skill, these guys are better, but even in terms of team play, Black are disrupting TNC too much to use them to their advantage.
Radiant's top tower ain't looking too steady.
Down goes Armel instantaneously, well, blinks forward, instantly gets Phantom Lances up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And with this round, we catching Grimstro. They just in for a full-blown team wipe. Oh man, this is so
Radiant's middle
sad.
barracks are under attack.
I honestly have lost the hype
Radiant's
for this
middle
game.
barracks has fallen.
Once again, it looked promising, and when Altide was one-touching everyone, I had so much fun, and now we're here. If I need something for TNT Predator to make a comeback that excludes Black are just gonna run in one by one, and JP, which even people at like 3 MMR don't do. I would totally try to hype TNC up. I definitely want the game to be as close and long as possible. I just don't see a way.
Top tower is under attack.
I really don't. I think he can still see some kind of something or another. I'd love to know what it is. They definitely got PG. They realized all hope was lost. Okay. Aldit, he went for Cleave Tenant. He is now able to flash farm up his stuff, and it is 100% cleave mine.
Needs a hand.
That means he can just like, well, there isn't even anything to allow him to hit multiple heroes at once though. Even with the 400 something damage, he wasn't able to run in and put that damage at the face of people. API going in, looking for like a pick off because TNT they need something, anything really. Phantom Lance, however, already fight slotted. He just needs to place his Midas. He is good. And down goes one. Gabby. Yeah, what are you gonna do? He's 100.
Double kill.
Just not as Gabby, however, is threatening everyone except for the Phantom Lancer. The thing is, yeah, the 100 cleaves great. I mean, you always get to see who the real Phantom Lancer is, but that's not the Phantom Lancer is this stuff. Yes. He runs at you, hits you 6 times at the time you can deal like 2 kicks or whatever.
Ultra kill!
And GG gets called once again by TNC Predator.
The Radiant Agent is nothing but rubble. Dire, take it all the way.
Didn't work out. If you're up against Brood, if you're up against any other Illusion hero, against Naga, great. It's just that Phantom Lance's Illus reproduce too quickly and he has too much attack speed to not be able to deal with 100% cleave 400 damage hero. Don't know how else to put it. I've been over this like 20